Hello and welcome. I'm your host elizibar, and we're going to talk about Chuck Wendig here. Now, I did have a version of this that almost went live, and I pulled it like 1 minute before it did go live up on here on YouTube. I realized, it was like I was being too mean. I wasn't being productive. So even though Chuck Wendig is a living meme, which sounds like his wrestling name, the living meme, Chuck Wendig! And even though you could say a lot of things about him, I'm going to try not to be that way. I'm going to fail, but I'm going to try. So, because I had this realization that really the only reason he's here saying these things is to get attention because he can't sell books. He can't be in the public eye without controversy. Now, you got to remember, this man, Chuck Wendig, was fired by Marvel. Why? Aside from being a very clear, at minimum, this is soy boy territory. But in reality, if you look at him, you might think that man is a soy sucker. And you would probably be right. I don't know. I'm not making a judgment one way or another. I'm going to leave that for you, the viewer. But he was fired from Marvel, a company whose employees call their fans Nazis, a company whose employees call their fans white nationalists, a company whose employees put anti-Semitic racist messages in their comic books. He is so bad that he is worse than that. Let's get that face off my screen. That is Chuck Wendig. So what did he do? What did he do? What was his desperate plea to get attention? This man is a genre fiction writer. He does nothing but write bad genre fiction. That is his career. So what did he do? He said, hey, this other genre for which I do not write is bad. That's what he did. That's it. Now, he did it in a dumb way that, well, if you're going for controversy, it's a smart way. It's a way to get clicks. He's feeding the whole click ecosystem, including my channel right here, where I'm going to get, some pity clicks from people curious to see what I'm going to say about this guy. But that's all it was. Let's read some of this stuff in a condescending tone. All right. I tried to read Lord of the Rings a bunch and could not get through it. World building is not plot. Your book should not read like an RPG manual, but should make me wish someone made your book into an RPG. The Chosen One is a tired narcissistic trope. Now, never mind that Lord of the Rings has nothing to do with the Chosen One. Yes, there's Aragorn. I suppose he is the chosen one in the story, but it's not his story. At its core, Lord of the Rings is the story of four boring, little, conventional Englishmen, two of which are kind of weird and mischievous because they're younger, and two of which are older. And mainly, the story at its core is about Frodo and Samwise Gamgee. Frodo and Sam going into Mordor, two normal dudes whose only concern is eating and being comfortable. They are the epitome of the British middle class. They have no heroic traits except they will go do what has to be done because it has to be done. That is all they do. They're normal people. Lord of the Rings is all about how normal people from all walks of life can come together to defeat an insurmountable evil. Chuck Wendig pretends to not understand this to score cheap points against Tolkien. We're going to skip everything else he said. I'm not going to give him that attention. But I did want to come down here to this part where this is basically just an ongoing series of attacks against classics of the genre, against the basis for Western storytelling. Andy Duncan decried Tolkien's famous Lord of the Rings because it promoted racism for the way it portrays orcs. Orcs were literally created to be evil. There's no... When you don't understand, this is the kind of stuff you say. This is what these people say. Fonda Lee, a creator, a writer, supposedly a science fiction writer who's so good, she should have 3 shelves. No, she shouldn't. She is so bad, she can't compete against a guy that's been dead for 40 years. But she feels entitled to multiple shelves of space. Here's who we compete against for shelf space. Not each other, but dead guys. It's a desperate plea for attention. That's all it is. You tear down the norms, you tear down society, you tear down culture, and you try to replace it with your inferior knockoffs. That's all this is. It's all cries for attention, cries for help, cries to get clicks so that they can get money, so that they can make money, so that they can accumulate power for themselves and freeze normal people out of society. That's all these kind of people do. And they are not worth your time. What they are worth is being shunned. What they are worth is not having you purchase their products. So don't do it. And that's all I'm going to say about Chuck Wendig, except to mock him, a professional writer, in this last tweet of his. Let us read it. I wasn't. Read the thread. I was making a list. Is unpopular opinions about epic fantasy. One of those opinions was that I didn't care much for LOTR, Christ on a Cookie. I'm a professional writer. I can write better than you. That's why I'm making a list is unpopular opinions. God. Oh my God. I'm out. The original actually, I've recorded this like 7 times last night, and I was too mean every time. This is as nice as I can get about this guy and the stuff he's saying. Remember, this is a man who was fired from a company that hires and pays anti-Semites. A company that hires and pays people that call their customers Nazis. That's how toxic Chuck Wendig is. And he's such a good writer. He's such a good writer that he wrote this tweet. Now, it's not really fair to judge people based on their tweets, because, if he's typing on his phone or something, that's clearly an autocorrect. But he deserves that little bit of mocking, and now he deserves to be completely forgotten. So join me in forgetting this man. And let's move on and do something productive. Let's do a thought exercise of, hey, what if I wanted to criticize something and not come off as an inhuman, soulless monster? How would I do that? Well, we could go something like this. Loads unpopular opinion shotgun. Hey guys, I tried to read Lord of the Rings a bunch, and I just couldn't get through it. I feel like there was too much world building and not enough plot and action going on. It felt kind of like I was reading an RPG manual. Now, I think that this is just because the epic fantasy genre is not my cup of tea. Do you all have suggestions of fantasy novels that could be my introduction to the genre? And see, I say this because I caught myself being a jerk like this on Twitter earlier today. Let's pop right into here. Here we go. So this man, we're going to come over here. And I'm not saying that I'm like a paragon of virtue or anything. I'm just saying I was thinking about this stuff and I caught myself doing this myself, being a jerk for no reason. And fortunately I caught myself, because look here, jerk tweet, Moon Knight is totally my least favorite Avenger. Like behind Butterball and D-Man. What am I doing? I'm pooping on the former Second Prince fun, reading comic books? What a jerk. And then I'm like, wait, no, that came off way worse than I meant. I didn't delete it because I didn't want to be that guy that tweets something and then deletes it. And everybody's like, oh, well, I was going to reply to that, but you're just a jerk. So I'm like, hey, what's a good Moon Knight story to get into? And then I got told. I'm like, cool, thank you. And another dude also gave me a suggestion. So I just had 2 good interactions that have probably pointed me towards some good reading material. Maybe I kind of bolstered some relationships or started, a friendly acquaintanceship with some people. And at the end, I hope they regard me as a decent human being and not a soulless soy sucker. Because it would be very easy to mistake Chuck Wendig for a soulless Soyless? No, 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 no. He's got too much soy for that. A soulless soy sucker. Now you could be a soyless soul sucker, but I think that's just called a succubus. So he's definitely not that. I will see you all next time. You have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I don't know. I have a lot of trouble understanding stuff that we allow to go on in popular discourse about our culture, because we don't have to be mean. I say that as I'm being mean to this man. I understand that. I'm a hypocrite. But we don't have to be mean. So why does everybody feel like they have to phrase everything in as painfully mean a way as possible, when you can turn a criticism into something positive of, hey, maybe you can help me understand. Hey, maybe you can help me get into something. That's kind of the thought I'm going to leave you with. But the other thought is the living meme, Chuck Wendig, right here. The living meme, Chuck Wendig. Yeah. That's his fans. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.